Hi, everybody. Bridget can only wave with one hand with the tom tom.
The beater, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Brighid Murphy, Shamana Killer. We don't call it a tom tom.
No, a tom tom would be the name of a certain kind of drum.
Oh.
This is just a drum beater, what we beat the drum with. Yeah.
See, I somehow grew up thinking the drum was a drum, and you had the tom tom was the thing that you hit the drum with. I see.
That's okay.
That's
How do we know?
exactly. So today at Best Whole New World, we are going to hold a space, a sacred circle, because it just feels right. And Bridget just said a beautiful intention about creating the space for our hearts to all come together in a circle, in a sense, enlarge. And as we're all in that space of love and sacredness, we just envision and we're participating in the world that we wish to see. So I'm honored to be sharing this time with you, and I'm excited that you have your big drum with you.
Got the big drum out. Big times call for the big drum, Jacqueline. And what I notice is that we are in a time when we really need to be connected in our hearts and in our minds. And being in a circle is one of the most healing things that we can do. In a lot of the communities that I participate in and in the work that I do teaching shamanic work, we always sit in a circle. And the energy of a circle includes everyone. No one is left out, and there are no harsh edges because the circles are rounded and round. And so it's really healing to sit in the circle with the drum, whether we are creating a ceremony or doing something healing for someone, or if we're just singing and enjoy. Sitting in a circle with the drum is really, it brings community together, and it's really helpful, particularly at this time.
Yeah, and I just had this aha with the drum, because when you said about the circle, I know from doing, feng shui, is that a circular table will always have conversation flowing, right? Versus a square edge, and there's corners. It might be well balanced, but there's still there can be edginess. And I'm just seeing, I've never seen a square drum before.
Yeah. I have seen square drums.
Okay.
I have seen drums that are shaped round, but they're maybe like a pentagram or a hexagon, 5 or 6
Yes. Mm-hmm.
sides, but the general energy is round. I have seen square drums. I've seen them more often as hand drums that you would play, like having it between your legs.
Right.
I don't often see square frame drums, but I have seen them. Yeah. But yeah, most of the time the drums are circular. Yeah, which makes sense. That's of course they're circular.
Yeah, like it was just when you said that, it was just like, of course, that's all you circle, everything flows. It's that just, if somebody watching has never even had that experience or awareness, I'm just going to suggest the next time you sit at a table, just notice the difference of how the conversation flows or how the energy flows when you're at a circular table, as opposed to a square or a rectangle one, where you think of back in the kings and the castles, they were always long, big, huge tables where someone sat at the very end, right? There was serious power brokering going on back then.
Yeah, separation and harsh edges. Yes, yeah.
So we're coming together in a circle.
Yeah, we're coming together in a circle. And when we cannot be together physically, energetically, psychically, we can be together in the ethers or online or virtually. So when I host circles online with some of the people that I work with, and we play the drum, we sit together and we can see one another, but we also imagine ourselves sitting in a circle. So for anyone who's watching live or afterwards, we invite you to sit down to breathe and imagine that there are 10, 12, 15 of us around you in this circle. There's warmth and love in the circle, and the intention with all of us is to bring love and to open up access to love for everyone on the planet. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Like, I can just see, for me, this is the power of just the words. And this is why, I guess, why I was so drawn to this time, that I feel it's very important what we speak about and what we're sharing, because it has a force. And the calmness that you just expressed and the connection, it's like when we can align ourselves and resonate with that force is a lighter, more transmutant, like it transposes the darker, heavier energy that other people are experiencing. And at least that's how I am experiencing, just as you shared just now.
Yes. And I have so much to say about the circle. And I'll start drumming in a minute. But I think it's also helpful when we're in circle together to utilize that time to extend the energy that we sit in the circle out to the rest of the planet. And one of the intentions that we can hold right now, we were doing this recently in my group for the devastation that happened in Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. And we can do this at any point in time, whenever we want to, is to sit in a circle and hold a prayer for the planet. Mm. And that prayer can be love, that prayer can be peace, that prayer can be anything that comes from your heart. And if you aren't sure what prayer or what intention to hold, one of the things that I'm really called to right now is inviting all the hearts back home. Inviting everyone home back to their heart. And so as we sit in this circle, and whatever circle that you sit in, remember that you can invite all the hearts back home. And you can do that by physically or imagining that you're physically inviting the hearts back home, or whispering to call everyone back home to their heart.
And for me, what I love about you sharing all that you bring when as a shamanic healer and in your circles is we've each come from different perspectives. And so for me, the words that I choose to use, which are just so perfectly aligned with the same idea, is just slightly different. And I think this is the great difference of like dialects, is I've been, for years, I would say every day is that I'm just asking for hearts to open all around the earth, right? And as they open, they will get what they need in order to, blossom. And I feel that this is like we're all opening to this. The spirit is just so like downloading huge software upgrades in that sense. And we're all being that part in this gigantic sacred circle that goes beyond the earth from my perspective. It's just, it is the healing that has to happen. Yeah. Hey, Nelta, how are you?
So what we'll do is invite everyone to take a few breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And allow yourself to slow down. Breathing in, breathing out. Starting to connect in with your own heartbeat. As you listen to the heartbeat of the drum, breathing in, breathing out, allowing yourself to slow your pace, as you receive the sound and the energy of the drum. Whenever we come into the sound of the drum, it's an invitation. And this invitation goes out to you and your family, goes out to your heart, inviting you to breathe and connect in with the pulse of the drum. As we gather together in this time, in this place, we gather into the circle, grounding in and bringing yourself into the circle, sitting together with us. Hear the sound of the drum. Feel the energy of the people that you love as they join this circle with us. And with all circles, we come with an intention. And with all circles, there's an honoring. We honor all the forces that guide us. We honor the spirits and the energies of healing and love. We honor all the guidance that's available to us as we honor the earth, the sky, and all beings of the earth. And I offer gratitude and thank all the spirits of healing for helping us, for opening up our hearts, and for guiding us during this time. Breathing in, breathing out. Send your roots down into the earth. Allow your breath to flow through you down into the earth. And allow your roots to anchor through you into the earth. Welcome into the circle.
My body is buzzing. Do you dance in a circle or just sit?
They're both. It's hard for me to sit when the drum is playing. If I am intentionally holding a space for people, I will usually sit, but just for the consistency of the drum. But if we're all together moving around, yeah, I will get up and move around. And for me, it really depends on what I'm doing and the intention. But I often will walk around with the drum, playing the drum. And when we move around in a circle, we move energy.
Right.
When we have our bodies go around and around in a circle, we're connecting with circular energy, with spiral energy. And we can work with our bodies. Even we do this and we don't even realize we're doing it. We are moving energy, and that energy spirals down through us into the earth, and it spirals up into the cosmos. And we are in that circle of life, in that spiral, very much in rhythm with the natural rhythms of the earth. Yeah.
Yeah. I totally present to it. For me, the bigger drum has a deeper sound, and it felt like the heart of the earth, in that sense, that really very, I don't want to say deep tone, but it just, yeah, there was something in terms that I could feel it right through here, in through the heart. And then obviously I don't know if you could feel it or see it, that my feet were like wanting to I was, dancing around one foot at a time, but feeling like each time the foot hit the ground, it was grounding that energy and like sort of sending it right through to the center of the earth. So that was amazing that we can do something so significant here with this beautiful technology.
Yes. We are able to tap in and tune in because of this technology, and we can connect in so much more than if we didn't have the technology. I think the technology is wonderful. Yeah. And I feel like it's important to come together in person and online when we can't be in person. Sometimes I'm really guided to just come on live and drum and hold a ceremony or hold a circle, because we need that. We need to be creating that energy, and we need to be tapping into that energy too.
Yeah, it is this time to realize that, again, my experience is that this technology is a physical manifestation of what actually is. So use it for the intention that we want to see in the world. And if we want our hearts to be open and connected, let's use the platform that we can enable that to happen, because there are many people that are isolated and all they have is this connection versus getting out and getting into, like, you're in New York area, upstate today, but generally you're in Massachusetts, so it's not like they can just jump in and say, Bridget, where's your next circle?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I find that it's important and helpful to tap into the web, to the interwebs, and to share this energy. We're becoming more and more connected and less dependent upon our physical location. So we can tap in and hold this together and benefit from it. Yeah.
Now, one of the other questions that came to me was about the size of a circle. So is there obviously they can be different sizes, because if there's only one of us, we're just going to imagine that we're in the circle. But is there a number or numbers, like when you said, I don't know, 12 was the one that I heard, and 15, but are there more specific numbers in shamanic healing, as, let's say, feng shui numbers or things like that?
Well, I think that there's a couple different ways to answer that question. I think that when it comes to holding a circle, everyone is welcome, and there's no particular number of people. If someone is doing a specific ceremony that requires a certain number of people, they may be guided to that, but I'm not aware of any rule in the shamanic world that there needs to be a certain number of people. There may be times when that is required or asked of a practitioner or a healer, but generally, no, I'm not aware of that. Yeah.
Well, thanks for clearing that, because I felt like that was it, that there was everybody was always welcome. But
yes.
when you mentioned the number, the thought came to me that, so many people put power in the numbers, like numerology and as I said, in other areas of other realms that I just wanted to make that clear for everybody, that yes, everybody is welcome, and you can create your own circle just being one and being with spirit. Where is it, Brighid, that people could join you online these days? What is happening with you and your community?
Sure. So a couple of things. I go live on my personal page, and I go live on the Spirit Works Healing Arts page. So finding me there is always good. I'm also about to launch a free challenge. It's a 10-day Open to Spirit challenge. And that's something that people can join us for through my website, spiritworkshealingarts.com. So yeah, there's different ways to tap in. Going to the website or the Facebook page, Spirit Works Healing Arts, is always a good spot to go. Yeah. Yeah.
And are you holding more of these circles, just out of curiosity, outside these days with the autumn? Or, is there a sense of extra celebration as the leaves, like today the first leaves fell off the trees, and I knew that was the beginning.
Yeah. Right now I don't have any. I'm pretty focused on my monthly groups that I'm training. So I do a lot of drumming there. I don't tend to schedule a lot of circles right now that are like open to the public. But I may in the future. It takes a lot to organize those things. So my organizing capacities are a little bit maxed right now. Yes. But it's pretty easy for me to jump on live onto my page and hold space for a circle. So that's what I intend to do for right now.
I think that's great. And obviously people, if they wanted to, when you talk about training your groups up, they can find out more information on how to get involved with that on your page, on your website.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. And you can always email or private message me, and I can direct you in the right place. Yeah. The next group that I'll be starting up will be starting up in the spring. So people are starting to plan now, believe it or not, for what they want to do, next year. So I welcome that.
Yeah. And in that planning, I just encourage everybody to just stay open to what they're guided to do, because as we've all seen in past few months for sure, there have been spontaneous occurrences that call you to take different action. So, follow that inner guidance, whatever that is that's leading you. Follow your spirit guidance that is guiding you for the best outcome for yourself, that your heart is staying open and giving and contributing to this great, wonderful healing that is going on the planet right now, because we need every heart to be open and receptive and pouring out more love.
We do. Really is a time for everyone to be a leader. We don't really have time to prepare. The time is now. We are all leaders, and we all have the ability to step up and step in and guide what's happening. So remember that. I think that's really important. Yeah.
And everyone can do it just at home. However, being a leader is just setting, in a sense, your intention in the day of how you feel, opening up and believing in one respect, however it is that it comes for you, that there is a greater power, whatever you want to call it, that's out there linking us all together. And just taking a couple minutes every day begins the journey of what Brighid has been doing for decades, of opening up and realizing, yes, this is her life work, not just a business.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone can take a couple minutes a day and hold an intention. Everyone can take a couple minutes a day and make a phone call. Everyone could take a couple minutes a day and take an action to make a difference on the planet. Actually, everybody should. There's really no reason why you can't. Take 5 minutes a day and take an action for moving our people and our planet forward.
Yes. I just realized Nelta had mentioned after we did this sacred, so she felt like her whole body was pulsing to the beat of the drum.
Yeah. Oh, Nelta, you should come hang out. I'll tell you, we do this for long periods of time. And you can really drop into a really beautiful, relaxed state or an altered state and feel the drum, through your whole being for a long period of time. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you both have to just come and meet in Prince Edward Island, because Nelta's over there in Ireland, and you just have to drive up, Bridget, and she can fly over. Okay, no.
Probably not that far of a drive, right?
No, it's not. I've been through, like where you are. I don't know where you are in upstate New York now, but it's only like 10 hours through to Boston, because I've gone to New York a few times. Actually, this time last year I was in New York City. So yeah, beautiful. But
all right, that's not too bad. Yeah,
we will do that. I am just. I feel reverberated. This is like the love. This is the work that I love to do, is shifting energy, because you shifted it over this whole realm of the internet by us connecting here, because everybody that sees this is going to continue to spread.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the power of the drum is pretty mighty, and it's time for the drum, and it's time for people to gather around the drum and be in circle. So I'm happy to play the drum. Yeah. So we can take another breath in and breathe out. Put your roots down into the earth. Come on up into your heart. Come up into your heart center. And go ahead and open up some space in your heart. Imagine that front of your heart and the back of your heart have doors that open up out into the sunshine. Feel the energy of the earth, and just intend to bring that energy up from the earth through your body and out through your heart. Sending it out to everyone who needs that energy and that love. And each time we do that, our hearts become a bit stronger, and we have more ability to open our hearts. We thank all of our allies and guides, all the beings that help us. Thank you for opening us up to this time and this experience. And thank you for continuing to draw us into the circle. May you all find the circle in your heart and in your community. Thank you. Yay!
Thank you.
Have a beautiful day.
Do this again.
Yeah. Next time we can do more singing.
Can we say? I wanted to but I wasn't sure if I. Okay.
Oh, it would have been fine. And we can drop in for longer periods of time and sing. And we can also drop in and hold an intention. Jacqueline, if you want to hold a particular intention for people in Puerto Rico or people from Texas or people who are suffering in Afghanistan, I can guide us through that, and we can all do that together. Yeah.
Okay, so I am already looking forward to next week, where we're just going to keep this circle expanding.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye, Bridget.